one. And I think that I am live streaming right now. Is that right, Jonathan?
Let me go to YouTube and just
I can
check
also
on
go to
my
YouTube on this other
here.
monitor. If you're watching us on YouTube, you will
Okay.
know. Let's see. YouTube.
It's working here.
Okay, it's working. So I'm live streaming right now. I can see that. Unfortunately, this is really a training program for people who are in jail and prison. But if you're watching this on YouTube, it's really just to show you the different ways that our team works to teach and inspire. I am Michael Santos. I did 26 years in prison. And in fact, if you go to the videos tab on our YouTube page, in fact, I'm going to try and share. Oh, I didn't set it up to share my screen, unfortunately. But if you go to the YouTube channel, I'm looking at the YouTube page on a separate screen right now. And if you were to click on videos, you would be able to, let me just look at it. If I were to be able to click on videos, I would be able to sort by in the far right. If you clicked on date oldest, you will see that I made the first video just using nothing more than an iPhone. And when I was making it, I didn't know what I was doing because I'd been in prison for 26 years, but I had to learn every day. And that's what I try to teach people in prison, that your decisions that you're making right now while you're in custody have an enormous influence on how well you are prepared to succeed when you come home. And everything I create is really based on what I have learned during my first 8+ years of liberty and building businesses and building my life. And that's what I strive to do for people inside. And because I don't know everything, I know that I don't know everything, I always look for experts to guide me. Today's video, I am taking some of that guidance, and because that guidance is with a guy that I am paying for his expertise to help me, I've hired him, and I've just found him to be enormously valuable. His name is Jon Rotert. In the description, I provide a link to his to how to contact him. If you want to contact him on Upworks, that's how I found him. I just found the value to be enormously good, and you're going to be able to watch it today because one of the first things we're going to do is we're going to set up this monitor and tie it to the Blackmagic device that I have used specifically for live streaming and for creating more content to teach and inspire people in prison. Then, after we set that up, we're going to be learning about Stream Deck, another tool that I haven't even plugged in yet. Okay, but this tool theoretically is going to help me become a better content creator, which is really important to me. You can't do 9,500 days in prison without wanting to help people get better outcomes. So now I think what I need to do is turn the teaching over to Jonathan. And Jonathan, would you recommend that I share my screen with you and we go back to the meet and people can watch you as we're going?
Right now, we're going to set up the TV, the little monitor on your computer. So, hello, everyone. I think we can just go and keep it on your camera number 1, and then we can see what you're doing because that would be more interactive with the audience.
So I will go back to camera 1, and that means by pushing this Blackmagic ATEM Mini Pro, which is a tool that he taught me how to use, I'm going to go from. Right now, you're looking at my screen on a Mac. Let me just, out of curiosity, are you able, when I switch it, you're not able to see, what are you looking at right now, Jonathan? Or am I able to see your upper page?
I'm looking at your screen, and you just opened my profile on Upwork.
Oh, great. So if you, just for those of you who are watching on YouTube, if you want to learn how to live stream or expertise on any type of video or cameras, these are all lessons that I've needed that I need help with. I found Jonathan here. You can see his profile page, and you can see that he's really quite skilled at what he does. So I'm very grateful to be working with him. I'm now going to go back to camera 1, and I will show you so that you can watch how I'm setting things up. So Jonathan, just so the people on our stream can see what I'm doing, we're going to be, first of all, hooking up this Feel World camera. What came with it, I bought it from B&H Audio. This is about a $500 product. What came with it was some mounting brackets. And later this week, I will be having our video, my kind of Steve, a guy who's really just an amazing guy in setting up cables. I created a video earlier just showing what he did to my home studio. I'll be working with him to mount this camera to the wall. What came with this, you see on the back, there are many settings. We're going to go over those today. What also came with this is this device right here, which I guess hooks up to the Blackmagic. Another device here, which looks like an HDMI device, and a power cord like this. On my desk, I have a power supply. So Jonathan, what is the first thing for me to do?
So, well, of course, the first thing we need to just plug into the outlet, make sure there's power going on the TV.
Okay.
And the purpose of this screen, I believe we're going to actually connect it to the MacBook Pro. And we're going to just duplicate that screen so we can have two screens on the MacBook.
Okay, so wait a minute. So I'm going to plug, the first step you want me to do is plug this into the power
plug
supply.
that one. You see that little power brick? We have a little square down, yes. We're going to connect into the other part, which is that brick that you just showed just a few seconds ago. Yeah.
Okay, so this part right here. Okay.
That's going to power the screen. So connect that into the female entrance of that brick.
Okay. So this is the first step. Multi-part, plug these together. And all this is going to do is provide power to the thing as well. So is the next step to plug it into the electricity?
Exactly.
Okay. So I think everybody knows how to do that. Plug it into the electricity. There it is.
So now there should be a little circular entrance, which is called a DC port. Okay. That's called a DC port, and there should be a female entrance on that screen.
And it says on the back, just so you know, DC 12 volt right there. So I'm going to take that and plug that into the DC 12 volt, and that's plugged in. And now I've got this thing powered. I can turn it on. And you'll see field monitor, okay? So it's lining up right now. No signal on the HDMI 4, okay?
So now we're gonna go ahead and get that HDMI cable and connect
this one
it.
right here.
Perfect.
And do this. Screwing this in.
So we're just gonna connect it into the computer's dongle.
Oh my God, that could be a problem. Because I have a MacBook Pro, and there are few ports to plug things into, and I seem to have a lot of things plugged in. So what I have right here is I have two sections on here. This is the HDMI, correct, or is that an HDMI mini?
So that is the HD. I believe from what I'm seeing here, it looks like a HDMI
mini. Because this looks like an HDMI.
Yeah. So it's an HDMI mini to a micro HDMI. Let me see the other.
But I also have on here, it looks like an adapter, which might allow this mini to get plugged in. And then this adapter looks like more equivalent with a Mac. So if I plug that in, I think that goes to a USB.
Oh, that would be a micro HDMI. So HDMI has three different outputs. Three different types. And that is not the one that goes in the Mac. What you need is maybe get another cable, another HDMI cable that has two HDMIs that are the same. Do you have another cable?
I do. I do think I have another cable.
Because the reason this cable exists is for the sole purpose of connecting that screen to a camera. And many cameras have that little HDMI, including that little one and the mini HDMI, which is shown on that cable there.
That means I'm going to have to go off camera for a moment and get the HDMI cord.
Perfect.
And the important takeaway lesson here, if you're watching this in prison, is that there are always just a tremendous amount of tools that we need to become successful at what we do. And it all starts with knowledge, which is why I really emphasize, if you're in jail or prison, be thinking about how can I use my time inside to develop more understanding of complex materials. The more you read about computers and technology, or even watching a program like this, the more skilled you're going to be at setting up businesses and creating jobs when there are no jobs available in the traditional marketplace. That's what worked for me. So Jonathan, I have this 2 HDMI sections. What would you like me to do now?
So if you can connect it on the TV on one of the ports there.
Okay, so there's HDMI in, HDMI out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the back. And those are the only areas. So would you like me to make this an HDMI in or an HDMI out?
Oh, really? It does have, so it has 8 ports?
Yes, it has 8 ports. HDMI.
Wow.
In,
that is
HDMI out. And
that is a screen that divides into 4.
Yes.
Wow.
And I believe I'll be able to see all 4 of my devices. Whatever I have in my HDMI and my A10 Mini Pro, 4 things, I'll be able to see every one of those 4 on the bottom, and on the top, I will be able to see the whatever's being shown live.
Okay, so, well, that screen right there, it has the purpose of dividing 4 HDMIs into 4 corners of the TV.
Right.
However, the A10 Mini that you have already has a HDMI that does that screen automatically, which we did the first day, remember? Mm-hmm. But it is interesting because you could use many screens on that monitor. So for today's purpose, I think we can connect onto HDMI 1.
And then go on, and then the out on the Mini Pro. Okay, so go into HDMI.
Sorry, that would be the out.
It's going to go
that
in here,
out.
And then out from the HDMI Mini, right?
So out from. Actually, sorry, I was just thinking a little bit. It's going to be in the HDMI 1, and then on the dongle of the MacBook Pro.
Are you sure I don't go to the HDMI Mini on the out?
It will be on the HDMI 1 on the TV. Mm-hmm.
So you want me to plug I'm on the HDMI in right here. This is going to be, where does this one go? You want it to go to the computer or to the A10 Mini Pro?
So we want to do it on the computer.
Sadly, this computer does not have an HDMI port directly.
Okay. So do you have a dongle that connects into it or no?
I want to go to the Apple Store and get a dongle, but let's try, what would happen if I plugged it into the HDMI out port?
You can try and see what happens there.
Because then I don't need the dongle.
Because oh, you do have a HDMI on the MacBook.
No, I don't. Not on this MacBook model. This is the newest MacBook Pro.
Yeah, so does it have a 4 or just 2?
Oh, wait a minute. I do have an HDMI on the MacBook, but it's going to the A10 Mini.
Is it? I think that one is connected to... Oh, yeah, so you're connecting it to your screen right now, sharing your screen. On the camera too.
So right now I'm sharing. Right now you're looking at this camera on my Canon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And right now you're looking at my screen, correct? My Mac.
Yes, I'm looking at your screen. So that screen right there, it's showing my face. That screen is actually going to your A10 Mini. And then back into the program that goes live stream. So it's feeding out to that HDMI port.
Well, let me
already.
see.
So
I have an aftermarket dongle. It's not produced by Apple, but I just noticed it does have an HDMI port. So now I would have two HDMIs. Let me see if it works.
okay, that would be great.
So I've just plugged it into the HDMI now is plugged into that port. Are you taking your mic is off? Oops. Sorry. Okay. I mistakenly put my mic off. So now I have this plugged in here and the other one plugged into the Mac. And it says on, but I don't see anything yet. Maybe I need to change it to HDMI. I don't know what to do, but I don't see anything on the screen right now, even though it's plugged.
Okay, so you plug the HDMI into the dongle, which goes to your MacBook Pro.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yes.
And then the other end goes into the screen. Does it go on the HDMI in one or the in out? The out one, sorry.
It goes into the in. You want me to put it in the out?
I believe it's supposed to go on the in.
Yeah.
But because it's going out from the computer into that TV. So in my head, that's the correct one.
Right. It's going out of the computer now and into the thing. And then if I plug on the front, there are buttons HDM 1, 2, 3, and 4. If I plug it on 1, now it just changed. But it says
Okay.
HDM 1 no signal.
Okay. So we can do two things to check. We can go on your MacBook Pro, go to settings, and we can see if there's a screen added to it. So go to your preferences.
So I'm going to go to preferences. Can you see that on my screen?
Yes, I can. And
Great.
then just make sure that OBS, let me see, OBS is cutting a little bit from this point right here all the way to here. It's showing. However, from this point here, it doesn't show anything because there's this border, the blue border on OBS.
Okay, so let's see if we can move it over the settings then. So
it says our customer review on Trustpilot on OBS. So just so people can see better.
Trying to. I've just moved it over now. Does that better?
So let me see. It takes a few seconds on YouTube to update. So let's see. Well, however, let's continue and let's go to the system preferences there on your MacBook.
Right.
Let's go to displays.
So displays.
And I think your screen is frozen for me here for some reason.
I think so too, because I don't see it moving the way I've moved the thing around. But in any event, I'm in system displays. Let me see. How about if I go off of that? Is that... Yeah, no, something's wrong because then I go to camera.
Do this one thing here to fix it. Go to OBS.
Okay.
And then go to your scene number 1. And then on the sources tab, click on the video capture, the ATEM video. Go to the preferences of that.
Go to. You want me to go to sources? And
then find the video, the Canon or ATEM. I don't remember the name of it.
So I've
go to the preferences of the capture device.
Okay.
Are you on the preferences of that video?
Yes.
And I want you to change it to either FaceTime and then go back to the Blackmagic. And then
there's FaceTime.
Change it. So change it to FaceTime.
I did.
And then change it back to the Blackmagic ATEM and then press OK. See if that kind of refreshes the video. Were you able to find those settings?
Yeah, I was, but it didn't seem to. Let me see Chrome. If I go here.
Is the okay? I see on YouTube, it's showing your camera one.
I'm on camera one.
Okay, I do see on YouTube it's
okay,
kind of working.
I may have done. Let me see. Cancel that. Let me go back to A10 Mini and go to camera one. I'm on camera one now, and you see me, but you don't see me now, do you?
Well, I do see you. I do see you on YouTube, but
Okay.
I don't see you on my Zoom or Google Meets call, which is frozen right now. So maybe you can go Google Meets and change the camera settings there,
Okay.
just so that I can see what you're doing. And
Settings. There, I'll change it to video. Oops. Audio should be. Oh, the audio is not recognizing. It was not recognizing the. I can see that it's not recognizing the Scarlatti. Okay, so your audio for me is not so good right now. Is that right?
it's okay. Not a lot of echo, and it does work. Okay, now it's working. Now I can see you. So perfect. 100% now.
Now I'll go back to the Blackmagic though, and it doesn't show on the Blackmagic. I wonder if our camera shut off. No, because it shows still here.
And it didn't shut off until now, so that's a good sign, right?
Well, I don't. Yeah, it doesn't look like it shut off because I'm still seeing it project on the Field World camera, so that's a good sign. But it's not showing on the screen.
The problem, I think, is the connection between the computer and Blackmagic device is not very clear. It's not working very properly. So one thing we can do is reconnect that cable from the A10 Mini that comes out from that little port right here. And just make sure it's connected properly to your MacBook Pro. Maybe when you were putting the dongle, you disconnected it.
No, it's in pretty good. I think.
Okay.
It's directly into the computer. So now you see me. No, because
I see you on the FaceTime camera.
And you want to see me on the Blackmagic.
Yes, because then I can
is showing up.
See everything that you're doing.
Oh,
now I cannot hear you.
Right. Okay. Hold on. Default MacBook Pro.
I can't hear you now.
Now you can hear me but it is the MacBook, right? You can hear me now?
Yes, you can.
Okay, so that is the MacBook Pro microphone. It's not my fancy microphone. So I'll just move that over there. But the Blackmagic is still not projecting.
Very, very interesting.
So that's camera one, camera two. No, it's not projecting. I can see that. And it looks like the Blackmagic is not working because if I switch to camera to number two, you're not seeing that either. Correct?
So do this one thing. Take that dongle that you added, take that one out of the computer.
Okay. There I've taken that out.
Let's make sure the Blackmagic one.
Wait a minute. Something happened. Ah. Okay. Okay, see, can test?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, and I hear you. But now
the volume is very low.
Now it's not, right? Now you've got good audio. Correct?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
So now I'm switched to the Scarlett audio, this particular microphone. So apparently by trying to plug two HDMIs into camera is starting into if I try to put two HDMIs into the MacBook Pro, some reason it's not recognizing both. And I'm also seeing that this is not working as well. The Canon, I'm not able to connect the Canon camera through the MacBook, through the Blackmagic design anymore, so that you can see me through this camera here. You're only
Which is very, very odd. But do you see the Blackmagic option on the computer?
I see
or
it.
You don't
I
see
see
that?
the Blackmagic option both on the Google Meet, and if I go to OBS and I look at the video capture device, I see the Blackmagic is also available.
Okay.
Okay. 1820 by 1080.
So
Okay.
for the live stream's sake, I think because everything is frozen, either we could maybe stop it and
Restart it.
restart it when we're back on with the.
Okay.
With the.
So let me stop. So I'm going to stop the live stream right now. And the reason I'm stopping the live stream is because we're having some challenges with our camera. So right now you can't see me at all. If I went back to Facebook, I think I will go back to Facebook before I end the live stream. Go to video and go to camera. So I apologize for this technology, but it's one of the challenges that we have in using all of this technology as I'm learning. So I'm Michael Santos with Prison Professors. I want to thank you for being a member of our community, and I'm going to continue with the training, and you're more than welcome to stay, but this is a training call, not one where I'm able to look at any messages if there are any messages, or if there, I don't even know if anybody's watching. But this will be a part of a course that I create for people in prison. Thanks.
Okay.
So I'll go back to OBS.